much justice for that you.
What the? Jesus. That's so high, dude. That's nuts. That's so fucking disturbing and weirdly painful, and I feel like actually Vain Longing is a very good name for that damn song.
It's
That's
exactly
perfect.
how I feel.
Even in English, of course, you have to sort of excuse us, and we're only capable of experiencing this obviously through a translated lens when we have a look at the lyrics. But oh my god, in terms of like music production, direction, and her voice, her name is, I said Chen Li, right? Yeah. So she, famous mainline female singer, started her career as a Peking opera singer in elementary school. That. Bloody hell. Mm-hmm. And later worked as a lab technician in Changchun. Wang Liping, the composer of the 1987 edition of the TV series, discovered her and asked her to take part of the recording of the theme song for the show.
What?
Dude, so I couldn't have thought of someone better.
What, was he just meandering around the labs looking for a voice? Sing.
I'd love to know how they met, right? Bloody hell.
Yeah, for
so
real.
I have this thing that I think is going to be quite good. It ends up becoming a classic in all of Chinese history. I need a singer, though. Do you know any? Oh, I can sing. I thought you worked in a lab. No, I'm actually quite good.
Sing.
Did Peking opera when I was in school.
Oh my god. Also, the range. Okay, I want to talk about the production of that song because it's actually
Pretty
what
sick.
makes
It was
it...
in the 90s, yeah.
It's actually what makes it magical. The lack of percussion, the lack of a bass line, actually it amplifies the feeling of longing, that pinging, that neediness, the absolute antagonic essence of what love is. This is the opposite. This is the absence of it, and it's really well exposed through the design of the song itself. So like the intricate nature of the singing phrase with those open operatic vocals towards the end of the phrases, they just kind of bring this whole aspect of acute pain, something that is beyond explanation. And I think the composition of the song really encapsulates that feeling so beautifully.
Why would it have a bass line? Why would it have depth and girth when in fact the emotions you're explaining are absence, emptiness? It has no foundation. You feel like your ground has been taken, from your feet, and it suddenly goes into the complete degradation or use of wax of the candle until there's no light left. Mate, it's like me.
Also, the lyrics, they kind of like bring forth this poetic nature of the character that we were introduced into. You have phrases and
why was our earthly meeting all in vain?
So the phrasing of the words and the word choices kind of like bring forth some of that sweetness that contrabalances really well with the acute penetrating feeling of what the character's going through.
It is a poem per se, and you can tell. Like phrases like all insubstantial, doomed to pass, as moonlight mirrored in the water, or flowers reflected in a glass. How many tears from those poor eyes could flow, which every season rained upon my woe.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's even beautiful in English, and we're seeing a watered down version of it.
Again, there's also like, it has to be spoken about. There's just like, I've mentioned this before because of some of your comments, which is like, there are languages that, because of their history and because of how old they are, simply do better in explaining the vastness of the human experience and the overcomplicated nature of emotions. And it seems Chinese is very clearly one of them.
Totally.
The only problem is, I'm quite dumb. So if I wanted to learn Chinese, it will take me a while. I'm not saying I couldn't do it. It will take me quite a bit. So anyways, so it goes. Cao Shuqin wanted to indicate the end, so obviously the writer, of Bao Yu and De Yu's ideal love, which was eventually shattered due to various reasons through this piece of the poem. The song adopts this technique of first raising and lowering. Yeah, very typical of Peking opera. I guess raising and lowering would be like a colloquial way of saying it, but like the technical aspect of it, it's like, there's high notes, there's lower notes. And in Peking opera, you have the huge ability of like, what do you call them? They're like a roller coaster because you have unexpected highs, and you have, actually in this case, there weren't any unexpected lows. It was just how much higher could that woman go, singing wise, because of operatic sort of techniques.
Gorgeous vocal technique.
The song tries to express the inner pain of those who were persecuted by feudal society and those who were not able to marry the person they love. So it is unrequited love, but perhaps with a bit more depth than we sort of guessed, because there are societal norms, like house norms. Obviously, I don't know what dynasty norms were at the time. In the lyrics, the Langyuan fairy paradise refers to Ling Daiyu, while Pure Jade refers to Jia Baiyu. In the novel, the two were destined to be together in a previous life and fell in love again in this life. I see. Also, that's quite typical sort of...
star-crossed lovers, reincarnated, finding each other in a new life.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look at the second version. I also have to give a huge props to Wang Liping, the composer.
Yes.
That was
phenomenal work. And also the choices in which it kind of like excelled at driving that idea forth.
Good dynamics. And quite tied up with his hands in terms of dynamics. And he still managed to make you feel like there were some highs, there was some hope in specific moments, very glimmers of hope, glimmers of light, but they just, there was no footing there, there's no ground. So what do you expect? It's all going to come crashing down.
Working with an already existing piece of art, it's an incredibly difficult feat.
Imagine the judgment.
And not only the judgment, but how do you approach something that has such big historical impact as a creator yourself? I think the majority of the judgment could come from the own creator rather than the expected reception.
Let's have a look now at a different version. This was done in 2013, this one. And it was done from Secondhand Rose in their concert. It's the name of a band.
I like that, Secondhand Rose.
They did add some specific new lyrics, but most of it remained the same.
Okay.
Let's have a look at the song first, and then we'll have a look more in depth.
Wow!
Damn, that